Welcome, bros, to the New Millennium podcast. I am Brian Millman, and today I sit down with my friends and not Bobby. We call this interview Not Bobby because it was based off of the Not Yaki concept. Where that time when Yaki stiffed me, here I am. I was sitting in a cafeteria, and I'm sitting with Bob Classic, and we're just talking. And then all of a sudden, guess who walks in? Like after not being in XTV like forever, bro, B-Boy and Foxy. So I'm like, oh, we're recording this shit, So I'm like, bro, so let's do a podcast. And that was like way back in like 2016, I think, bro. Like, yeah. So you can go on XTV East Coast and type in not Yaki, or just type in Yaki, and I'm sure it'll pop up. Yaki's got several things on the East Coast channel, I'm sure. But I think he even called in on that show and was saying like a bunch of ridiculousness, bro. It's been so long ago that I don't even remember, but I remember that. I was waiting for him. Yeah, that was the thing. I was sitting there waiting for him the whole time, and then they're telling me like, yeah, he's not coming, and I'm like, bro, he's still not here. And so we sat there so long that we got a podcast out of it. I wanted to record how long it was until Yaki showed up, and he never did. He just called over the phone and he had some kind of excuse. And the next time he was a guest, he explained why he was not able to make it, which was quite the tale, bro. And yeah, what more do you expect from Yaki? So that's the that's the interview. Not really an interview. It's just kind of us, sitting around shooting the shit, bro. If you're into that kind of thing, it's myself, B-Boy, and Foxy, bro. So without further ado, here's my interview with them. Awesome. All right, bro. So we're sitting here in the exact same place. What is this, like a cafeteria? It's catering, bro. So we're at XTV Studios, and we're in some huge cafeteria where Millenium is breaking down Wade. Yeah, I just got a brand new grater. You can hear that, bro. I'm sitting here with the special guest who was supposed to be here last time. Thank you for showing up. Sure, guys. Yaki Nigeru, I have David B-Boy and Foxy. What's up, guys? Hello. What's up, man? This could potentially be a really good or a really shit show, bro. Sure, guys. Well, I just want to start by going ahead and saying happy 420, guys, because according to Millenium over there, it's always 420 on this gimmick. So.
Absolutely. Happy 420, everyone.
Well, thank you. I've never actually got a formal happy 420, but yeah, bro. Yaki knows the protocol. Perhaps my wackiest friend of all.
We love you, Yaki. I remember I wanted to be a Yaki. Sure, and you're a Yaki at heart.
Yeah, but that's his nice way of saying you can't be a Yaki.
I feel so.
Let feel that way, you're like saying. You're an honorary member of Quarantine Yaki. I mean, how does it feel though? I mean, like after all these years, I was like, if you guys don't know, like Yaki Nigeru was inspired by Sonic the Hedgehog. Back in 1991, he had his original Sonic the Hedgehog show, which was, sort of like you role played, bro. Tell the people about it. Yeah, sure, guys, because we kind of reformatting things in the deal or everything, whatever, because they're new fans to NXTV or XTV or whatever there may be. But the whole thing that Cohen Mill is saying, guys, is that well, I was like sort of the first guy who actually had a TV show. And TV shows are not really a thing that guys do here nowadays. Nah,
Foxy, you were a part of a show. B-Boy, I don't think you had a show. No, I pretty much kept things in the ring. I mean, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to ever see me do a TV show ever again. I mean, I did like an appearance. I was on like the On the Spot episode with Justin or whatever. Sure, guys. Kind of the gimmick that I did was, just play the levels, okay, and pretty much, did commentary, guys. Commenting on what I was doing. Anytime there would be a nice, pretty sunrise level, I'd be like, another time, another day, and I'd start off with my mission. Pretty much just that simple, basic format. You had to be there to get it. There was a time period in 2005 where guys would actually record me. And because, I would rant and rave. There's no secret, guys, that the Cohen video games would cheat from time to time, where that you had the right... how can I put this? You press the freaking button hard enough for you to jump from one ledge to another, but you go falling down into the rabbit hole and things of that nature. Bad guys coming out of nowhere, just cheating things, Dr. Robotnik, frustrations, throwing controllers, throwing controllers, bro. You name it. How can you be surprised with Yoki? Exactly. That's what makes you you. I'm flattered, guys, that you love me so as you do. But I digress. That was my gimmick, Cohen, guys. So sure, bro. I don't even have any idea what point I was trying to make. That's how Yucky is, bro. But that's kind of like why I wanted to kind of have you guys together, because it's like you said, Foxy. It's like you are sort of you're in that vein, and I was going, now I know what I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up the fact that Team Yaki continues to this day, and that's sort of like a I don't know, for some reason I just feel like you three are sort of like in that kind of colorful, kind of high-flying kind of vein. Well, I think that the similarity that you're drawing is because, when Foxy and I first came in, we were first, break dancers. And I think that was an element that we sort of brought to, XTV, because I don't think that anyone was ever doing that, and then they had, kind of a capoeira kind of style that you can view on 2006 SmackDown versus Raw. So, we both kind of, brought that into our repertoire as a moveset. Yeah, because we always, and we've probably said this before, but we always wanted to get here, and it was like, okay, what are we going to do? It's like we can't just dance the whole time. So it was like really funky trying to figure out how to make our moves fit in with wrestling. Yeah, and not only that, but like me, because Foxy was already established. She was already here. People already liked her. She was hot. She was everything, whatever. But by the time I got around here, because people saw me in GXT, but and they were like, okay, that's Foxy's brother. But it was like, how's that translate to XTV? Because they did GXT, it was on SmackDown 2005. Here Comes the Pain. No, I'm sorry. SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. It was on that one. And then there was the other game, 2006, SmackDown versus Raw. That's where the XTV show had, their guys. And only a few guys made it from GXT, which was a completely different company that really was not the greatest. It was kind of like a second thought or whatever. But, long story short, I ended up over an XTV, and it was hard to not only make that transition from one game to the next, but not copy Roxy, which you did anyway. Ball busting corn time, gas. Don't take your bloody style. You always take my style. B-boy takes my style, takes it for a while. Please don't stop that. B-boy takes my style. That's a new thing. Takes it for a while. And sings all the time. B-boy takes my style, style. That's that's such a Yaki thing. See, I told you, I'm a Yoki. She's a Yaki. Okay, she's a Yaki, guys. You don't have to go out with a corn hair gimmick or anything like that. Yes, I made it. You heard it right here, bro. The man himself has said that's official. Yeah, that was the whole gimmick, not to make it about, not just the corn make it about me, guys, but that was just the whole gimmick of the corn show. Anything that came on, any song that came on, any melody or tune, you just went with it and you just made a song with it. People ask me all the time why I'm so enamored with Corn Jeff, but at the end of the Corn Day, guys, I think it's the same thing. You just kind of take something and you just run with it. I think I'm going to exemplify that a little bit later. I think I'll drop a Jeff bomb. A Jeff bomb? He drops Jeff bombs, bro. A lot of people drop F bombs, which I drop those too, but I also drop Jeff bombs. I'm not talking about Jeffrey Swan time bomb. I'm talking about anytime somebody says something or another, rather, and I just say whatever they said and I insert Jeffrey. No homo, guys. Nobody's judging over here, bro. I said no, corn homo. Either way, bro. Either way. B-boy takes a style, stays there for a while. Enough, Foxy. Just saying. How have things changed? We're kind of looking at like all different generations. Yaki, I would say. You're not the first generation, but you're like that next sort of like wave into what would kind of continue to evolve. You're like after the 8-Man Nation, Baby, King Kong, Big Ten sort of era, and then like it gets into you and Pac-Man and Abu and Justin and so on and so forth. And don't forget yourself there, guys. I don't really include myself into that because like as far as me, like it took like years before I was ever even established as a guy. If you mentioned Bo from the Hollywood Blondes, people would be like, who the hell is he? But I trust we knew who you are, Millenium. But I'm just saying though, not until, I got here into XTV, in 2008 and, really started to pick up momentum with my matches that people, even care, bro. Well, sure, guys. There's a time when XTV, was different, completely going different. Even for Fox and Davey here. When by the time you guys come in, hell, we just done the reunion era, guys. 2005. You're talking right around the time Fox and Davey came in. We just wrapped that up, and we were doing Day of Reckoning. And so when 2006 SmackDown, as David was mentioning earlier, by the time that come around, guys, we'd gotten used to a whole new style. Okay, it was a fast pace, smash mouth style. I'm talking about, screen shaking, from a guy getting smacked with a steel chair, knockouts. This is when, King Kong, the original King Kong, not that guy that's running around now. I'm talking about the original King Kong guys, the man, and you guys know what I'm talking about, was running amok. Okay, Charles Dean, like thunder, guys, new guy on the scene, around that time. So, to your point, Mel, or to answer your question there about, how things have changed tremendously. There was a time, and forget about even the element of NXT, guys. You're talking about a whole different thing there. I was running hard. Hell, during that time period, I was running around the world. Competing in tournaments. I was in Japan. I met Shadow. That's a good point, bro. Right around the time when you came in, Foxy, like that's something. How was that? Because I think that you guys, if I'm not mistaken, I'll just say for the East Coast, you guys were like the rookies for that time period. Like I think you guys were the only two to come in. I think so. I just remember that when I came in, I was just trying to be like really good, and I wanted to be a staple. I wanted to be, recognizable and somebody who could stick around. And I think that is really a blessing that I've stuck around as long as I have, because everyone knows that it's not easy here, and for them to put me, as a top star so early, like now that I think about it, it is truly a blessing because it is that hard. Like, listen, everyone knows that I know how hard it is to become a top fellow, because here in XTV, I still feel like I have not reached the heights that, I truly want to reach. If you ask me, Cohen Davey, I think that you're really a bona fide main eventer at this time. I mean, after that performance with Killer, you guys, went Broadway. Nothing really can top that. I mean, if that doesn't, you're in there with the biggest gas. I mean, if you're not a top star after that, I don't know what the hell will solidify a guy. So at this point, it's all about taking that star power to the next level. Going for that belt, or something like that. Stop stealing your sister's clothing, just saying. Lay off, Foxy. Would you just leave it out? Sibling rivalry here that we have with David B-Boy and Foxy, as always. But just about that though. I mean, how do you guys feel about modern day XTV, where we are here? Because it's sort of like what we talked about last time. I know that Yaki, you called in when all three of us were sitting here. It was myself, Bobby, and Foxy and B-Boy. A lot of ends there, but by the way, I'm officially a New Millennium podcast alumni. Thank you. Yeah, you are, bro. Like, how many times have you done the show? Like 3 times? Yeah, I did the one in Blackpool. I did one with Foxy and Bobby, and I'm here now. So yeah, alumni for sure. And Foxy, you've done twice. Even Yaki, he called in, so I think you're 3 times as well. Okay. The table of alumnus. Very proud to have that. Yeah. Just thought that I would point that out. Yeah, so that is. But as far as, and Davey, I think that you're the only one who's active here. What besides Millenium? Yeah, don't forget me, bro. Let's not leave me out that much, bro. Well, it's just because, like, NXTV is the hot thing. No, I know, bro. I know. And, I even considered, like, being there, bro. Like, I even considered, like, making myself a part of it, and becoming immersed in it. But at the same time, I didn't want to take away from what it was, bro. And, like, because a lot of us, people like myself, and I've even talked to, like, Jasmar, and just people like that, like, they can afford, to get that exposure. It's crazy, man, because, I'm there all the time, and it's like, people, it's gotten to the point now, man, where people are trying to get in, and they're having to, like, call that. I'm talking about outsiders, man. I'm talking about people wanting their guys to be on NXTV. They're saying it that much, and, truly, it's not even about, like, this is the thing, like, it's so hot, it's the best thing on TV. It's not that. It's the consistency, of people saying it all the time, people saying Terry Williams' name all the time, and they're going, what's that? I want to be a part of it. Because there's guys out here that are just, just out here. They're just here. And they have no place, to belong. And they're just kind of like watching everybody else's world go on around them. And I think it's really cool for, XTV to facilitate a place where, callers can come out and, have a home, have a place that they can call home. Yeah, and the aspect about it, I think, is one of the cool aspects about it is, if you find a home here in XTV, like, you found a home, especially if you come here and get over. Because not only are you going to be, just on the show, but you're going to get used. You're going to be on podcasts. You're going to be on 2GN. You're gonna get all kind of exposure. Like if you're that good. I think it's really great for the new. What's this? Oh, this is Romy brought that over, bro. Romy was here earlier, and he left that with me. He told me to try it. I want to try this. How do you do this? Foxy is trying my gift from Romy.
That was awesome. Cohen shit.
That was absolutely great. Oh man, Foxy's just tried this pipe that Romy left. You should pass that around, man. We're gonna be like 2 stone to do a damn interview, bro. It's all good, man. Isn't that awesome? That's smooth, man. Tastes weird, man. It does taste weird, bro. Did Remy leave that? I don't know, bro. Remy has to put me on 2GN. Bloody mate. Hold your horses, B-boy. You want to be on everything. How about reefer and liquor, bro? Like, another thing, that like you guys have in common. You guys were all a part of that set. Oh man. That was one of the coolest experiences. And like really they call that because that was the damn whole vibe. Everybody was vibing off of fucking shots of damn Bacardi Silver. Do you remember, Foxy?
Of course.
There was fucking Bacardi Silver, 2 shots of that, and like half a can of bloody orange juice or cranberry or whatever it was. And wait, man. It was fucking hilarious and fun. And B-boy can't remember what to fucking say. You kept on, listen, Foxy would not give me shit to play off of. Like Howard being like this, like if she could just like throw me a bone, something like that, then, I could have something to work off of. But we end up having to do 2 takes, and they end up booking us in the beginning of the thing because it's not really that great. So there's that. Well, neither was mine, guys. I mean, they chose me and Al to go first, guys. You're both great, man. I did the Sandra laugh, bro. Only a couple guys are going to get that out there. But I mean, me and Al went out there first, and we thought we shit the bed. No way. We thought we shit the bed, guys. We weren't sure if we had delivered what they wanted, and even looking at the animation quality, when they animated us, guys. Me and Al came out worst. Let's be honest. Well, I mean, you guys were first, so you guys kind of earned the right to be the worst. I mean, like that's literally that's how we did it. Like they checked that we're all sitting here in this fucking like this setting right here, just like this, except it's full of people, and they got these booths. You know what I mean? Like so we're all in the middle. You know what I mean? This is like like a big cafeteria. Like here, in the middle of this place, and then on either side are these booths, man. And inside these booths, they have these settings. You know what I mean? And like, all of us are here. Like, everybody from the East Coast. You know what I mean? So it's like they're choosing people, but they were trying to choose people that at the time wasn't necessarily really getting, looked at or whatever. You know what I mean? That's what they choose. Those people, and they're going in order, and they're like, all right, we want you. All right, now we want you. And yeah, we went up first, man, and we shit the bed. No, we didn't shit the bed. In fact, people are such a negative Ned. But somewhere, I don't know if they have it now, but there was another version. There was another copy You're gonna mess up the bloody thing, man. But do you remember? Yeah, there's supposed to be like, another version of what me and Foxy did. But I mean, all this shit's gone to shit now, man. It's not here anymore, man. It probably is. Yeah, I just thought that was really cool, and then like I thought that I heard you guys talk about like the experience of the NWN being there, and how they really wasn't trying to talk to everybody. They were kind of standoffish. I think you said, Foxy. They were standoffish, but I guess that's just how they are. I guess that's kind of their appeal or whatever. So it's cool. It's been a long time since that, but that was fun. And it's like something that they tried to bring back, last year, for Christmas time, just to see if it would catch on. Because, B-Boy, I mean, I think that you're a name that, people rely on just because of, your rise to stardom in NXTV. It's very humbling. It's honestly, it's what I was trying to do, I feel real good about where I am right now. I don't have, to worry about people comparing me to Foxy all the time. They don't even think about Foxy. And that was the whole point in me, joining with Sketch, teaming with Sketch. It's like, let him get some shine, you know what I mean? And that's why I told him, I was like, yeah, we're going to establish, Sketch didn't understand what I meant when I told him that we're going to establish ourselves as a tag team, but then we're going to still do one-on-one matches. And, when he became the champion, when he should have been happy, he was frustrated, man. And I'm telling him, there's no reason for you to be frustrated, man. You should be happy, man. It's like, this is a dream come true for, most people, man. You're bugging out. And, he was, it took him a long time to come around, to being the champion and, just, walking like a champion and talking like a champion, and things of that nature. But I told him, I'm like, just as soon, man, let me just, kind of, fall back, get your shine, because that's what I wanted, and like, no, we didn't expect him to become, the freaking heavyweight champion, but he did. He got the opportunity, and, he beat Tyrone for the championship, you know what I mean? And he became champion, right there on TV. So, you never know what's going to happen. It fell in his lap like that, he's a hard worker, and he was a great champion. And then I was like, yeah, man, we can get together, man, but just do your thing, and it ended the way it ended, you know what I mean? King Kong's the champion now, and now, we're together now, and, the whole thing though is like, people are always trying to say, B-Boy and Sketch are going to break up or whatever, it's like, bash that, man. It's like, even with the best, that's why I never turned on the best, man, because all tag teams are doing that, all tag teams, seem to break up, but it's like, that's not our thing, man, it's like, our thing is loyalty, our loyalty is strong, our word is our bond, and we stick by that, man. That's good stuff there, man. And I'm starting to see, the way, NXTV's just trying to, implant little morals, okay? I see they're starting to clean up their act, guys. There's a few curse words out there, but I would say that the calling bad language has been minimal, okay? And, I really think that, they've really come a long way with you guys. I mean, I've told you so many times, how great, your match was with Killer and, just the great things that you've been doing. And, it's just a thing of beauty, watching you guys unfold. You haven't become stale. You guys are a hot tag team. You guys were, I remember, before that whole deal started, guys, with NXTV, and before they even upload the first episode, they were watching you guys. They were like, "Oh yeah, these guys are it." And we knew we had something with you guys, okay? And I'm very proud to sit here today and say, that you guys have lived up to the hype. Because truth be told, Millennium, B-Boy and Sketch, British Airways, though they were a big deal to begin with. I'm talking about they were, planned. These guys were some guys we had in mind to be, kind of anchors for NXTV. These guys, along with Shannon. You said it on your podcast. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, hey, thanks for bringing that up because I was saying, one day Shannon's going to be a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And she is now. And she's going to be a bigger deal. You just watch. It's the same thing I said. And I don't even know what I was saying that at the time. But I was putting out, into the universe, Justin Jr., myself, Jackie Breaks, Cassie, Shannon, Sketch, like the list goes on, Ricky, Manuel, all those guys. You know what I mean? Well, they came later. They came later. Like Ricky, Manuel, Johnny Money, they came after Miss Martha had already, made the purchase. Then she went back and got those guys. But we're homegrown. You know what I mean? Those guys did stuff, in the indies, in the XTV indies. You know what I mean? They're homegrown too, but they're a different kind of homegrown. You know what I mean? They're like outsiders in XTV. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to explain. That's a good point that you bring up though, bro. I mean, it's like now that because the whole point of making XTV World was to have, this in-depth world, just as the world exists, the way it really is, and who knows, like, how many more worlds exist outside of that. And so what XTV World, the whole point of the channel was to sort of exemplify all these different characters and all these different walks of life and all these different multifaceted angles that, XTV can bring to the table, based on this endless world. And, back to the point that you were making was like, there's so many, like, there's worlds within the worlds. Like, because I was talking to Miss Martha, and she was saying, she went on to the XTV indies. She herself, she went to, indie shows, just for herself. And, she scattered talent. That's where she found Tyrone Andre and Carmen, and learned about them. Well, no, I think that Tyrone actually Tyrone trained with Derek Knox. He's actually another guy that's from here. He wasn't with us. He wasn't, originally, thought to be, there, but he kind of goes with that Ricky and Zaguri, Johnny Money, Manuel sort of category. Him and Coleman, you know what I mean? Because they're outside insiders. It's weird, but that's just the point though. And then you have that, and then you have the actual outside world, which when you're getting into AOA and KXW and SWF, and whatever other leagues, that we're not even thinking about right now, because of the fact that sometimes you're dealing with leagues, you're just dealing with the wrestlers. Sometimes you're not just dealing with the league straight up. Yeah, that's a great, way of looking at things. And it's just like, how in the hell did we get here? Why is he so high, bro? She hasn't said anything since she said that.
We're all just staring right now.
I don't even like, people don't really realize. I mean, I don't think that you brought up the fact, Mill, that we're like, the freaking stoners of XTV East Coast. Come on, guys. I don't know if guys know, but ever since freaking Hugh Street, way back when, we've been getting together and getting high. Sure. I mean, along with Bob Classic. Exactly, guys. If Bobby was not in jail, trust me, he'd be on this very podcast right now, guys. So there's that. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, you can look on XTV East Coast, and I think
I named it Not Yaki. That was the name of the podcast because I was supposed to have an interview with you, Yaki.
You gave me the whole run. I told you what happened.
He gave me this ridiculous story. Bro. You guys have to listen to the.
It's what really happened, guys. And people are really enamored. I would go and say about the things that happened in my life, but I was on an old Joe podcast and I was explaining to him, I'm an adventurous guy. I've been doing this for many years, guys, and it's my lifestyle. It's a way of life. So, it's not, unfamiliar for me to find myself on the back of a helicopter. You know what I mean? Dangling for my life. Best believe, I'm going to be up there with a parachute. Okay? You can really get hurt in a situation like that. Exactly, Corn Fox. And, you did corn motocross. I don't think that's the same. It is the freaking same. Me and Fox did, Fox and Killer did a freaking ATV show, guys. We would jump off we would try to find the highest hills and do the craziest jumps. Poor freaking Fox ends up in a pit of fire. Corn freaking Fox, he ain't supposed to be here, guys. That's a really dark memory for me. I'm sorry, Fox, but the corn point is, guys, that's what we do, guys. That's what makes you a Yaki, Fox. You live on it. You know how many times I died? Corn, guys? For Christ's sakes, guys, not just on the Corn TV show, but they had to freaking bring me back to life because, I just got too extreme. Corn, guys. And that show was a shoot. You damn right it was.
Yeah, that was really you guy.
Okay, so, Team Yaki all day, guys.
I wanted to bring up that, though. I know that there's many members of the Yaki family, but as far as XTV, who can you name everybody who has been introduced into XTV under Team Yaki? Because you didn't introduce all the members; they were just introduced as, hey, this guy's an affiliate with Yaki. They kind of just get put in that umbrella.
Well, because they are, yes. They're a part of the family. It's an extended family. And that's why I was really happy with what I was able to do with Yaki Heroes, guys, because you were able to see, all the different aspects and all the different characters. And if I'm not mistaken, Rouge was a part of that. Okay, she's the latest member of XTV from Team Yaki. Corn gas. Rouge Anjali, they're calling her. We just know her as Rouge over there. She's Corn Shadow's wife. I'm sure that they've mentioned. But her whole deal was, she was just, a very seductive Corn bat. Okay. And, she could blow a kiss at you and, woo you and then, set you up for, whatever the case may be. She wasn't, very active. Daniel Dingo, perfect, guy. And, he ain't even a Corn Yaki. Let's be clear, okay? Corn Dingo ain't no freaking Yaki. He's just, at the time, he was our manager, if you remember.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Corn Shadow and I were a freaking tag team, but going back to 2006, because guys, I don't know if it's been ever said, but SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 was, the hub, so to speak, for XTV for many years. Probably, if I could put a stamp on it, it would probably be somewhere around late 2005 into late 2010, where I believe they went on ahead and bought the game for that year because somebody had a huge epiphany. I think AEW was like, this is it. This is the one.
Yeah, because before all that was 06, and yeah, they kept on getting different versions of 06. They kept fucking up, man.
Yeah, I remember. I had to keep making myself a bunch of times. Oh no, I didn't. No, I just remembered I thought no, but everyone else did though. Like people had to keep recreating themselves, and that's why. But because remember, we used to have like dual memory cards. Remember, Davey?
Yeah. That's what I
And
was
so
saying.
like I would be like on two memory cards, and I would keep it that way so I can have two gears. Damn, you couldn't take pictures back then. That sucked.
But the whole point, guys, was that Daniel Dingo was part of Corn Tag Team. Team. He was a manager for me and Shadow when we were Team Yaki, and that's kind of pretty much the premise of how that whole thing got started. Here in XTV. But to answer your question, it was myself. I think Takanaji, which is Gold Yaki, okay, Gold Sonic, gas. But he's Takanaji. He was introduced here. Now, I used to dress. I came in as Gold Yaki one time. Okay. Now there's myself. Okay. I came in as Gold Yaki, and I was much better than Takanaji. Takanaji ain't worth shit. Okay. Oh, bro, we gotta shoot. He ain't about shit. Guys. Another guy from NXT. I'm sorry. From 2005, I believe. He was a part of. And now here and there he'd have a couple good matches, and they kept him. They kept him around for, but he was the shits. He was the drizzling shits. But that was him. Of course, everybody knows Kim Shi. And then I had my mistress, who Kim Shi allegedly killed, but that cannot be confirmed nor denied here. I digress, guys.
Yeah,
She was the one that pushed seduction, guys. Yeah, they drew pictures of that. I don't know who drew pictures, or I don't know, but that's creepy. Well, and yeah, we have Yaki right here. I mean, Yaki do seem to get a little bit uneasy about that. Well, as you would imagine, guys. I mean, here you are, you're dating this. Well, I wasn't even dating her. I was just freaking boning her because she was a freaking whore. And, I'd like to stick my prick in her. She was a freaking sexy beast. You saw her, and, like I told you guys, around that time I was in Japan. That's where I met seduction. And, I guess she was a Japanese street whore. And I would, walk down the street, and I called her whore one time. Of course her hair wasn't like that, but I was like, I want to make you my whore, okay? And she had, she really got really into me, and she, got the hair did like me and everything. Again, another woman who's not officially a Yaki. Kongas. Are you saying Foxy's not officially a Yaki? She's. We'll talk, okay? I've been kicked out. I think you're too high. Shut up, Davey. Damn it. We're off the rails here, bro. Yeah, but okay, I'm long-winded here. Takanaji Oinaka, Kimchi Naji, you could throw Tavari in there. He's in there. Shadow, Rouge, that's his wife, the new girl. I believe that's shit. Oh, how could I forget freaking Shima? Oh yeah, Shima Shanshiro, who's not, she's not based on a Sonic character. She's not based on a Sonic character, but where we were going with her, guys, she was just going to be her own thing. And I think that Shima was going to get her own sort of story or whatever the case was. It just never came into fruition. She never got past inside the ring, and I kind of feared that for Rouge. Because Shima didn't speak English, okay, and Rouge don't speak real good English. And there was a time they were gonna have Corn Shadow come out and be a Corn voice piece for him, but I'm like, well, Cap, and don't get me wrong, because Shadow's very eloquent, okay, he reads all those Tai Chi books and different things of that nature, guys. But he ain't a big talker, okay. And they never talking about bringing me out there. But, I'm the trainer, okay.
Yoki, you're not the trainer guy. Please stop putting that out there. Well, perhaps, I know that you guys, love me so dear, and I appreciate it all. But then it's like Dave Finn. He's a guy who, was as tough as they come. 20, 30 years ago, and still to this day, guys. But it's like, you have to realize when something's past your time. Okay, are you telling me that we're not going to see no more Yoki matches? Yeah, bro. Because I thought that we were gonna be seeing you in action soon. I thought that you were gonna come to the roster to help fill things out. They've been asking me about it for the past maybe year or two, and I just feel like I've done my time in the ring, guys. Now I was gonna do the one last shot with '80s because I promised him, but after that, I think I'm done. I think that would be the great, last hoorah. Yaki versus '80s guy. Probably do a Broadway or something like that. Whatever is suitable. For the fans, whatever they want. He's definitely one of my favorite opponents, and that'll be something that can fill out the XTV Mania card. If they want to do it there, or we could wrestle on top somewhere else. But my deal's done, guys. I have my body of work. I'm very proud of it, and it's like I said, guys. You just gotta know when to hang it up. Okay, that's sad. Yeah, you're breaking our hearts over here, Yoki. Well, I'm sorry, kids. I don't mean to come and be the bearer of bad news and everything, but that's why Team Yaki, sort of continues, on my legs, and how did you guys let me forget freaking Starboy? Okay, freaking Team Yaki, guys. I think you purposely forgot Starboy. No, Corntails is just fine, guys. He's definitely somebody I gotta have on there because, talk about a guy who just like with his most subtle, with the most subtle, things, just gets himself over, here in XTV. Well, I think that I think he's going to appeal to the world that way. His style, his approach to things, that's what's in Cohen now, and it's what the kids are into. It's a lifestyle or whatever. It's him. So he'll find a corner way to make it work. God bless him. Do you guys talk much? Corn shit, no. Corntails will drive me batshit crazy, guys. I have to, feed him with a long stem spoon, as they would say, because he's just gotta, he keeps going and going and going. He just don't know where to freaking stop. This is awesome, man. Yeah, sitting here with Yoki. Fire that thing up again. Are you sure you can handle this? Big boy's just over there hogging it. Oh, you should have seen him. We're in Blackpool? Yeah, we were in Blackpool. I have to tell him every time. It's like every time we're in Blackpool, he asks me, oh, we're in Blackpool. But, every time he brings it up, we're in Blackpool that time. Yes, bro. For the 18th time, we were in Blackpool. B-Boy's always getting hot. They're always saying that about B-Boy, that he's always getting pissed off. Well, B-Boy, he also, just doesn't care. He'll just come into your house and just start smoking your weed. Not true, man. Not true. I always ask. That's a damn lie, bro. You don't always ask. You just come in, and everybody saw it. It was on stage. He comes, he sits down, and he just starts lighting up my weed, bro. Well, I thought that we were doing a show, It's like, if I went to Remy's show, and there was weed, I'm just going to automatically assume that, this is for, the guests. I'm going to assume that, man. Well, you don't want to make an ass out of yourself, Davey. Thank you. Well, he's made his ass out of himself plenty of times at my house, bro. As I'm sure we all have. Yaki takes the cake. Yaki is the best. Yaki is so beautiful. Yaki is the best. Your key is so beautiful. Your key is the best. Your key is so beautiful. Your key is the best.
Foxy.
Your key is so beautiful. Your key is the best. Your key is so beautiful.
God, man.
Your key is the best.
As we're winding down here, bro, like I don't even know what the hell we're doing here. I just decided I'd hit the recorder and I have you guys together and like yeah, you guys got any final thoughts? My final thought is that I think you have gotten just as high as Roxy.
Shut up, B-boy.
She said you just missed just then, bro. She said you just missed.
We only start to say bro anytime we're around Mill.
I know, bro. Like it happens to so many people, bro. I've even recorded people saying bro. It's like, bro, you don't say bro, but I guess you say bro because I say bro, so that makes you a bro.
He's definitely a broski. And on that note, I just want to say this is really fun, and I feel like I'm the only one that's not really doing anything. Don't feel bad, Foxy, now, but you're doing plenty. You're on the freaking XTV. You're on the damn biggest show of them all. What are you talking about? You're Millenium. You guys are the biggest stars here. I don't think so. Yaki's the biggest star here. Yaki is so beautiful. Yaki is the best. Please shut your mouth. Yaki is so beautiful. Thanks, Common Facts. Well, guys, as far as me, I don't really have, there was this time where I was going to do I lied to your husband, Jazzmar. Oh, we didn't talk about Jazz, Foxy. Hi, Jazzmar. I have a song for Jazzmar. Hey, no, what's my song for Jazzmar? It's, please don't sing the Jazzmar song. No, I have to do it because you're just so, But anyway, what the hell's that mean? You're, You're so right now. Oh yeah. It goes, you're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me.
All her songs
You're so
are
sweet
exactly
to me.
alike with different words.
You're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. And then he joins in and he's saying something, but I don't know what he's saying though. But it goes together. It's great.
Like, yeah, this is my life. This is what I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Oh man, bro. Well, any last thoughts, B-boy?
No, I don't have any thoughts.
I don't have any thoughts at all. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of my sister.
Why are you ashamed of me? You're supposed to be happy for me. And stop taking my gear.
Well then, thank you guys for allowing me to record our foolishness, our nonsense, our ridiculousness, whatever you want to call it. This is us all the time, bro. This is the clique minus Bobby. I should call this interview not Bobby. I like it, guys. Ribs on Bob. We should just move it around, guys. Just keep on passing the baton around. Yeah, this is something that I've definitely been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm glad that we were able to get together, and hopefully, whenever Bobby can get out of jail, if he can get out of jail, if he can be a good boy, then we can do it again.
All right. Sure, guys.
Peace.
All right, bros. There it is. B-Boy, Foxy, and Yaki Nigiu. Excuse me, bros. My friend, little bit of something from everybody, I guess. There, that's our thing. And I'm not even sure if the West Coast realizes like how tight like us, I guess, five are. Like we're all buddies. Like that was the thing at the time. Like we used to go back on Hugh Street. It would either be myself and Bobby, or it would be Yaki and Bobby, or it would be Bobby and B-Boy, and B-Boy and Foxy's always together, or something like that. You know what I mean? It'll be like three of us, or two of us, or all of us, or just four of us. That's just the way it is, bro. And that's our thing. And we just sit together and we just smoke together. Like that's it. We just talk shit and hang out and smoke weed. Yep.
I love those guys, bro. And I love you because you come through and you check out the New Millennium podcast, no matter who I have on. And that's very much appreciated, guys. I'm happy to be able to provide content. And yeah, man, I'm just happy to still be in rotation. I'm glad that you guys are digging the show. I'm glad that we're here in 2018 and we're still rolling, bros. Like that really means a lot to me. That everybody was like, "Get the hell out of here, Mill. We don't want to hear you, bro." So that's cool. Maybe they feel that way. Maybe you guys feel that way and just want to. I don't know. For some reason though, I get views on my videos. So something's working. So I'm gonna just stick with it until they shut me down, bro. But they can't shut me down, right? So thank you guys again for tuning in to the Millenium podcast, where it's always 420. As was mentioned, I had fun doing this interview, and I hope you had fun listening to it. And until next time, bros, chew.